Hello everyone, welcome back. In this new lesson we will learn how to make a game over text and display it when our bird dies, and also we'll deal with some other controls. But first let's go ahead and create this game over text. Go to our scene, right click, UI and choose text. This displays for us canvas, text and event system. Event system you can delete because we will not be using it this time. Event system, right click and choose delete. Now double click the canvas because we want to make sure that our text is actually in our canvas. We'll do that by clicking on our text and dragging it in our canvas. So we'll just do this roughly because later on we will do it more precise. Next thing we want to do is change the text label to game over text. Hit enter to save. Now go to text and type game over. Next thing we can edit is font, font style, font size, line spacing, and we will start by dealing with font. So go to project, we have a folder named fonts, and choose the luckiest guy. Just drag and drop it to our font. There it is. Now we want to change the font size, which will be 30, and we want to change color to white. And now let's deal with this game over position. Go to position X here in the inspector and type 0, and also for position Y. Now it's in the center, but we do not want it to be in the center, but a bit above the center. So let's drag it up. Okay, here. As you can see, our cloud is actually overlapping with our text, so we want to add some shadow to our text. Just click on game over text. Go to inspector, add component and type shadow. Just click on it, and as you can see we added shadow to our text. We have effect color that it's black and effect distance. If you want to change this shadow, you can just change the values of X and Y to be a bit more in depth. This looks okay for me. Now let's set our text to be invisible by clicking this little box right here, because it is not visible when we are playing the game, just when the game is over. Double click the main camera to put us back in focus. Next thing we should do is create an empty game controls. So go ahead to scenes, right click and create empty. This will just be one object that will hold our script. So name it game controls and hit enter to save. Next thing, we will make a script called game controls. So go ahead to project, right click, create C# script that will be called the same. So game controls. Just drag and drop it to our scripts folder to make sure they are all in one place, and also add it to our empty game controls object. Okay, so make sure you did it by clicking on game controls, going to inspector, and if you here see the game control script, it is okay. Now double click the game controls in our project. Okay, so what should this script do? It should actually specify when our game over text will be shown, and make sure that there is only one instance of this game running. So let's go ahead and create public static game controls instance. Public static game controls instance. And also we want to refer to our game over text. So let's go ahead and create public game object game over text. To make sure that there is only one instance of this game running and that this is the one, we will change the start method to awake. Awake method is used to initialize any variables or game state before the game starts. Awake is called only once during the lifetime of the script instance, is by definition. This method will make sure that there is only one instance of this game running, meaning that it will destroy any other. Let's go ahead and check if there is no instance. So if instance equals null, we want to make this the instance. So instance equals this. Else if, so if the instance is not this, destroy any other. Okay, now let's move to our text. Let's set it visible if the bird dies. So we'll create another method that will be called bird died. It will be public, so public void bird died, and set our game over text to be visible. So game over text dot set active to true. Okay, there is no way of knowing when our bird died for our game, so we have to specify when this public void should be called. So go ahead and save this. Now let's go to our bird script, go to our onCollision enter 2D and type gameControls.instance.bird died. So when our bird enters collision, bird died method will be called from our gameControls class. So let's save everything, go to our Unity, click on Game Controls, and here's our script, but it is missing game over text. So let's just drag and drop our game over text here in Inspector, like that. And now we are done with the game over text. Another control to add is tap to restart, meaning that when our bird died, we just need to press our screen to make it flap again. So let's get back to our game controls. And let's add another variable that will be public boolean endGame, and it will be initialized to false. So in our bird died, we need to set our boolean to be true. So endGame equals true, because when our bird dies, it is the end of the game. Now let's go to our update method and make sure when our bird has died and we tap the screen again, it will restart our game. If endGame equals true and our screen is pressed, so input, get mouse button down, 0. So when both of these conditions are true, we should reload our scene. In order to do that, we need to add something. So go ahead to the topmost part of our script and just add using Unity Engine .scene management. This scene management will allow us to use the scene manager. So get back to our update and type int current scene equals to scene manager dot get active scene dot build index. So our current scene will be our active scene. Next thing to specify is if we tap the screen, we want our scene manager to reload the current scene. So scene manager dot load scene and current scene. So here we said what is our current scene, and here we said that we should load that screen if both of these conditions are met. Let's go ahead and save everything and try it. Click on play button. So our bird dies, there's game over. Now if we tap the screen, our bird should be alive again. There it is. Okay, again game over. If we tap the screen, our bird is alive and flying. Okay, that's it by now. See you next time.